Doc, you recall that only a few weeks ago, I did an analysis of our health budget. What we have prioritized, what the policymakers think should be the priority in the health sector moving forward. I was shocked to discover that only this year, 2024, we are going to spend a whopping 2.67 billion Ghana cedis on duplicative, so-called digitalization initiatives. Very duplicative, very nebulous, very amorphous, very hazy, which cannot be a priority. When you have a health sector, that common bed is an issue. Bed sheet. We are not even talking about the MRIs yet. We are not talking about X-ray machines yet. Beds, incubators, defibrillators. Let me read to you some of the things that have been prioritized. Biometric ID cards and authentication system will be spending 405.7 million this year on biometric ID cards. That is the priority of the policymakers. Management information system, 343.92 million Ghana cedis. Capturing of claims data, 112 million Ghana cedis. So it is not that we don't have money in this country or money for the health sector. It is what the money is being used for. Ministry of Health e-health solution provider, 80 million Ghana cedis this year. That's how much will be paid. This has been paid already when I tracked the Give Me system a few days ago. Claims processing centers and e-claims, 76 million Ghana cedis. Archival system and document management, 38.58 million. Telecare services platform, 30 million Ghana cedis. Transfer of data from NIA to Ghana Health Service, 10 million Ghana cedis. E-pharmacy, 11 million Ghana cedis. All of this comes at a time that we already have another digitalization contract called the Lightwave contract. $100 million. $100 million. Lightwave.
Which does what?
Virtually all these things that we are paying for. E-healthcare. They say they are digitalizing records.
Yes.
And putting everybody on some.
You think that there's duplicity.
A lot of duplicity.
In order to fleece the system.
Exactly. And in addition to what Lightwave is doing, $100 million, a few weeks ago, I revealed how Baumia Manifesto Committee member had been given a sole source contract, $18.4 million, to come and do the same thing. Spectrum Fiber, a company called Spectrum Fiber.
In the health sector.
In the health sector. 245 million at the time. A few weeks ago, the exchange rate. Now it will be worse because of the further depreciation of the currency. $18.4 million to do what Lightwave is doing and all of this that they are going to pay for. So when you continue this way, what will be left for beds?
So the Ministry of Health is spending some money on digitalization of the health sector.
Of the health sector.
NHI is also spending
same thing. Same digitalization of the health sector. That is the gig now in the health sector. Everybody is looking for one digitalization contract or the other. And they are jumping over themselves. Duplication. I have obtained all the contract documents, and you'll be shocked. One of the companies that I put out said, "Oh, you haven't heard our side." As for us, we've won a contract genuinely, even though it's single source. We want to tell you our side of the story. I said, no problem. I went to listen with my witnesses, some colleagues, because I don't meet these people alone. I don't want anybody to say that I have been influenced. They did a PowerPoint presentation. Then I showed them the light wave contract.
When was that?
A few weeks ago. In a certain law chamber. Then they considered that, yes, what we are going to do, yes, these people are doing, but please don't blame us. As for us, we saw the advert. And
I need clarification.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that
duplication.
Ministry of Health gave them this contract.
Yes, the Ghana Health Service. To come and do what is already being done.
By NHIS.
By another company. Same under Ministry of Health.
Wait. Ghana Health Services is under Ministry of Health.
Yes.
But what I need to be clear, based on what you're saying, is that the ministry itself has given a contract, and then Ghana Health Services has also given a contract for the same thing.
The same thing, yes. The same thing. So you have $100 million contract, which is already running since 2018. Then, this year, these people are also taking off with their $18.4 million contract.
So is the other one complete?
No,
because
it's still running.
Ongoing.
It's ongoing. It's ongoing.
I don't have the facts, so
I'll share all the documents with you.
I will.
And you know, this matter has come up in Parliament. And when we had Committee of the Whole to look at the NHIA budget, we flagged this issue. The Speaker of Parliament instructed that, look, we must set up a special committee because the duplication is frightening on just IT projects in the health sector. Then they told us that they also noticed it and called for an audit.
Who said that?
The Director General of the
Ghana
NHIA.
Health Service. Okay,
And then the Health Service. They were all there.
Okay.
And that a certain special audit has been started to look into this. So they would urge us to wait for that report, But indeed, only 2 weeks ago, the Honorable Agoja reminded the Speaker and the House that this matter is pending. Because we can't continue to have this situation. And Honorable Agoja had a near-death situation, you remember, during COVID.
Yes.
So he's very passionate about the health sector. It's just miraculous. If we didn't have UGMC, and God bless Professor Mills and President Mahama, only God knows where
the doctors.
Where Honorable Agoja will be.
Not the doctors.
We are talking about conditions of service for doctors. Of course, God bless the doctors too. But the doctors, we are just all here agreeing that doctors need the right investments to stay in Ghana and work. So if you have this situation where billions and billions of Ghana cedis, and this is what aches my heart, what we prioritize in this country, what we spend our money on. I don't want to provide a tall list of other things that we have thrown millions and billions of Ghana cedis. That hole, that world's most expensive hole, that we have spent $58.1 million to
Must
dig.
we go there today?
Do you know how many Agenda 11 hospitals it can give you? And you see, these doctors, we speak to them on a daily basis. They'll tell you that they are not looking for how much their colleagues are earning abroad. That's not what they are looking for. They don't want necessarily to be on the same scale. But just give us good conditions. Give us the tools to work. I mean, don't send us off into a death trap. And when they go home, some of them tell us they can't sleep because they get flashbacks. They are traumatized about people's lives they could have saved. They know very well that this patient who died today, if we had a certain basic equipment, that patient would not have died. So they can't sleep. They are traumatized. Look, we all have friends. Sometimes they call you, look, we are doing a collection. these equipment have broken down in these government hospitals, but there's a private hospital somewhere. So if you can contribute, also send us some money so that this poor patient, we can transfer the patient to a private facility so he or she can remain alive. It's happening on a daily basis. How can we be living in this country where our foremost hospitals, have you been to 37 lately? Do you know the MRI at 37 has not been working for months? 37. Our foremost military hospital. And that is the hospital of the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. The president's hospital. MRI. The last time a constituent of mine was sent there, intensive care unit, and I'm glad the doctor is here. I was told that ideally, a patient like that who has not been stabilized, we don't have to be moving the patient in an ambulance to another private facility for an MRI scan. It's very dangerous.
Listen to this.
But they don't have a choice because their MRI is not working.
Listen, so one of our viewers, Moses, has sent me this. It's quite a heart-wrenching one. It says, my son was rushed at midnight to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. The doctors on duty requested a scan and recommended a facility at Accra, New Town.
See?
Where the scan could be done. Long and short, he died on the way in his car. I don't understand why the facility doesn't have modern equipment for quick diagnosis for the doctors to administer treatment. And there's a health worker who also sent one and said that I'm a health worker. My friend in Konfanochi Teaching Hospital is virtually running an entire ICU alone. All the ICU nurses have gone outside.
Yeah. Doctors tell us that you close from work, you cannot be sure how many nurses you meet the next day when you report. They are living in droves. All of us in our constituencies, they have left.
This says that a lot of my colleague medical doctors are leaving because of the exchange rates. This is a doctor. It says the deteriorating exchange rates makes us uncompetitive on the world stage. Let's just say that 10,000 Ghana cedi salary of a Ghanaian doctor translates to just about $3,000 to $4,000. Living in this country is so unattractive. Even in the face of the other challenges such as lack of equipment, we shall stay and make the system work.
Look, we have to commend the UNDP, the Statistical Service, and then the NDPC. I almost even forgot that the NDPC is around. If really this country had its long-term planning, visionary leadership at play, NDPC should be the most resourced. NDPC should be at the center of even our budgeting, what we prioritize, what we spend on, even our HR plan.